Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Intelligence Monkey. Today, we're diving into a hot topic that's been making headlines globally, the Israel-Hamas conflict. Now, before we jump in, I want to make it clear that our channel takes a left-leaning perspective with a strong support for Palestine. In this episode, we'll be exploring the conflict and unraveling some perspectives that portray Israel as good. Let's get started. To truly understand the Israel-Palestine conflict, we need to delve into his historical roots. The complex history marked by disputes over territory and national identity has fueled tensions for decades. By acknowledging this history, we can better comprehend the complexities of the present situation. The roots of this conflict can be traced to the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with the rise of nationalist movements in the Middle East. The Balfour Declaration in 1917 marked a pivotal movement as the British government expressed support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This laid the groundwork for tensions to come. Post-World War II, the United Nations proposed a partition plan in 1947 to divide Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. While the Jewish leadership accepted the plan, the Arab states rejected it, leading to the Arab-Israeli War in 1948. This war resulted in the establishment of the State of Israel and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian refugees. The subsequent decades saw a series of conflicts, including the Six-Day War in 1967 and the Yom Kippur War in 1973, further shaping the territorial landscape. The issue of Israeli settlements in the West Bank and East Jerusalem became a flashpoint, intensifying tensions between the two sides. Efforts for peace, such as the Oslo Accords in the 1990s, provided moments of hope, but also faced significant challenges. The status of Jerusalem, the right of return for Palestinian refugees, and the establishment of a sovereign Palestinian state remain contentious issues. Netanyahu, in office since 2009, is known for his conservative stance and policies that have often been criticized for the impact on the peace process. His tenure has seen the expansion of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, a move that has heightened tensions and complicated negotiations for a two-state solution. The two-state solution envisions the establishment of two independent states, Israel and Palestine, coexisting side by side. The concept gained traction in the later half of the 20th century as a potential path towards a peaceful resolution to the Israel-Palestine conflict. The idea is to create secure and recognized borders for both Israel and a future Palestinian state. Several challenges have impeded the realization of a two-state solution. One of the major hurdles is the ongoing construction of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, which complicates the delineation of borders and the viability of a contiguous Palestinian state. The status of Jerusalem, claimed by both Israelis and Palestinians as their capital, remains a contentious issue that requires a delicate diplomatic solution. The construction of Israeli settlements in the West Bank is widely considered a violation of international law. The United Nations Security Council Resolution 242, passed in the aftermath of the Six-Day War, emphasizes the inadmissibility of the acquisition of territory by war, and calls for the withdrawal of Israeli forces from territories occupied during the conflict. Additionally, the Fourth Geneva Convention prohibits the transfer of an occupying power's civilian population into the territory it occupies. This convention is a key component of international humanitarian law and is considered applicable to the West Bank, including East Jerusalem. Despite international consensus on the illegality of settlements, Israel disputes this characterization, arguing that the territories are disputed and subject to negotiation. The expansion of settlements has had a significant consequence for the Palestinian population in the West Bank. It often involves the confiscation of Palestinian land and resources, the restriction of movement for Palestinians, and the fragmentation of Palestinian communities. The construction of Israeli settlements and the accompanying infrastructure can result in the displacement of Palestinian communities, impacting their daily lives and activities. The settlements are typically accompanied by the establishment of roads, checkpoints, and security measures that further restrict Palestinian movement, contributing to a challenging living environment for the local population. Gaza is often referred to as the world's largest open prison. It is a phrase often used by critics to highlight the challenging living conditions in the Gaza Strip, particularly due to the restrictions on movement and access imposed by Israel and Egypt. The blockade has had profound effects on the daily lives of the approximately 2 million Palestinians living in Gaza. The movement of goods, including essential supplies, is tightly controlled, leading to economic hardship and shortages of basic necessities. The blockade also restricts the movement of people, making it difficult for Palestinians in Gaza to travel for medical treatment, education, or work opportunities. The term open prison underscores the idea that despite being geographically distinct, Gaza's residents face several limitations on their freedom of movement and access to the outside world. The densely populated territory is one of the most densely populated places on Earth, and the restrictions contribute to challenging living conditions. The right of return for Palestinian refugees is another complex aspect. Determining how to address the displacement that occurred during the establishment of Israel in 1948 is a sensitive and challenging component of the negotiations. Fast forward to today, and the conflict continues to impact the lives of millions. The Gaza Strip, home to nearly 2 million Palestinians, has faced multiple conflicts, with the blockade affecting the daily lives of its residents. The West Bank grapples with issues of occupation, settlements, and restricted movement. In the recent events, Netanyahu's approach has played a significant role. The decision to proceed with the invasion of the Gaza Strip comes under his leadership, citing security concerns and the need to address threats posed by Hamas. His policies have faced both domestic and international scrutiny, with some supporting his firm stance on security, while others criticize the heavy-handed approach and its impact on civilians. The invasion of the Gaza Strip this past month has been a critical development in the conflict. Israeli forces cited the release of hostages, security concerns, and the need to target Hamas infrastructure as reasons for the military operation. However, the impact on civilians in Gaza has been devastating, with reports of significant casualties, including many children. As of today, the Palestinian death toll in Gaza tops 13,000. It's essential to acknowledge the human toll of the invasion. The densely populated Gaza Strip faces unique challenges, with the blockade already affecting the daily lives of the residents. The recent escalation has only exacerbated the humanitarian crisis, with infrastructure damage, displacement, and a profound sense of insecurity among the population. The international community has responded with varied perspectives. While some nations express support for Israel's right to defend itself, others condemn the invasion and call for an immediate ceasefire. The United Nations and humanitarian organizations emphasize the need to prioritize the protection of civilians and address the humanitarian crisis. Now, it is crucial to address a misconception. Standing in support of Palestine does not equate to being anti-Semitic. Our channel takes a left-leaning perspective and supports Palestine fully, and we want to clarify that advocating for the rights and dignity of the Palestinian people does not diminish the rights of Jewish people. It is essential to recognize that supporting the Palestinian cause and advocating for a just resolution to the conflict is rooted in the pursuit of human rights and international law. Criticizing policies or actions of the Israeli government is not an attack on Jewish identity or the Jewish people as a whole. As we support the Palestinian people and criticize Israel and their government, we must also discuss Hamas. Hamas is a Palestinian Islamist organization that was founded in 1987 during the first Intifada, that's Palestinian uprising against Israeli occupation. It operates both as a political party and a militant group. Hamas is designated as a terrorist organization by several countries and international entities, including the United States, the European Union, Israel, and others. Hamas has been involved in both political and armed resistance against Israel. The organization's charter includes anti-Israel rhetoric, rejection of the State of Israel, and the goal of establishing an Islamic State in historic Palestine. Its military wing, the Izz al-Din al-Qassam brigades, have been responsible for carrying out attacks against Israeli civilians and military targets. In addition to its military activities, Hamas also provides social services and operates schools, hospitals, and charities. The organization has gained political influence, particularly in the Gaza Strip, where it won parliamentary elections in 2006 and subsequently took control of the territory. The political landscape involving Hamas is complex, with differing perspectives on its role and legitimacy. Many cannot distinguish the difference between Hamas and the Palestinian people, but they are not the same. Yes, the Palestinians elected Hamas as their leadership, but there are many reasons for this. Hamas is seen by some Palestinians as a resistance movement against Israeli occupation. Its armed resistance activities are viewed by some as a response to perceived injustices. Hamas also has an extensive network of social services, including schools, hospitals, and charities. This has contributed to its popularity among Palestinians, especially in providing support in areas where governmental services may be lacking. With Israel's blockade of Gaza, they have left Gaza in the dark for decades, both literally and figuratively. Frustration with perceived corruption with the Palestinian Authority may also lead some to support Hamas as an alternative. The national sentiment and the desire for self-determination can drive support for Hamas as well, especially among those who feel disenfranchised and marginalized. This is equally as prevalent in the United States with the rise of the far right and Christian nationalism, another topic we will discuss in the future. On this same note, Hamas incorporates Islamic values into its political platform, and for some Palestinians, this aligns with their religious and cultural identity. Again, similar platforms echo in the United States. Within both the Palestinian and Jewish communities, there are diverse perspectives on the conflict. It's not a monolithic issue, and individuals may hold different opinions and stances. Recognizing this diversity allows for a more nuanced discussion and promotes understanding. It's important to draw a clear distinction between legitimate critique of political decisions and actions and prejudice or discrimination against individuals based on their religious or ethnic identity. Criticizing the policies of a government, be it Israel or any other, is a fundamental aspect of democratic discourse. Nuanced conversations are key to fostering understanding and breaking down misconceptions. It's possible to support the rights and aspirations of both Palestinians and Israelis while also acknowledging the historical context and complexities of the conflict. Dialogue that seeks common ground and peaceful resolutions is essential. Our channel stands against any form of discrimination, including anti-Semitism. We believe in fostering an inclusive space for discussions that promote awareness and understanding. It's crucial to create an environment where diverse perspectives can coexist and where dialogue contributes to the pursuit of justice and peace. We are in full support of a ceasefire from Israel of their brutal attacks on the Palestinian people. As we conclude this exploration, the recent invasion of the Gaza Strip adds another layer of complexity to the Israel-Hamas conflict. Our channel stands in solidarity with those affected by the conflict, emphasizing the importance of humanitarian considerations and a peaceful resolution. Remember that advocating for the rights of the Palestinian people does not imply hostility towards Jewish individuals. Our channel promotes an inclusive and informed approach to discussions on complex geopolitical issues. Thank you for joining us on Intelligence Monkey. Stay informed, stay curious, and let's continue to engage in meaningful conversations. Until next time, this is Intelligence Monkey.